Hopefully, you can provide some more knowledge today and this week, and help everyone along with their weight loss journeys. Sorry, one sec. There we go. Okay. About Monday, let's start off with something a bit controversial. All right. And this is one from an article I was reading over the weekend. So, most people don't track calories accurately, and it's not because they're lying. Here's the twist. People with obesity don't lie any more than anyone else. After this, I'll follow up. And after this, I'll also talk about why sleep might be sabotaging you more than sugar is. Sleep sabotaging you more than sugar. All right, so stick with me. This is all going to be important, and we're going to bring it all together. So one of the big myths in weight loss is that people with obesity, they lie about what they eat. And it's a common belief. You see it in clinics, you hear about it at the gym. I mean, I think we're even taught it in medicine. It's them saying, oh, they eat less than they really do. And is it true? Well, no, this is a myth. Because a 2022 study looked at this properly. Do people who are obese, people who are lean, who's the best at picking the calories? And so they used a gold standard of sort of measuring calorie expenditure and then comparing that with intake. So the interesting thing they found was that everyone underreported their calories in this study. And then what they did was go, okay, well, fair enough. They looked at the data even more to go, well, let's adjust for people with their body size. Someone who's bigger, carrying an extra 20, 30, 40 kilos more than the next person. How much energy are they using? And how much energy do they need to eat to replace that energy just to exist? So imagine you and I were running around with a 40-kilo backpack. We'd probably burn a lot of energy and need a lot more energy just to carry that backpack all day long. And that's how it feels sort of being an obese person, is they're carrying this extra weight that lean people aren't. So when you do the math, again, people who are obese actually require more energy. When you look at the raw calories between these people of different body sizes, these different masses, people who are obese just need extra energy to exist. So while their food intake is definitely higher, part of that is just out of need to not starve and not fall back into that trap of starvation, stress hormones, fat storage. So again, it was pretty interesting. I guess the good analogy is it'd be like accusing a truck of lying about its fuel usage because it's not a hatchback. Big semi, little hatchback, they're going to have different fuel requirements. So next time you see someone who might be obese, talking about the food they take or whatever, maybe support what they're saying, because it could be true. I don't know. Has anyone here who's been using a food diary or tracking calories, have you been surprised by anything that you found when you were tracking your diets? I know I have. Almonds, those are a surprising little killer. Definitely made me underreport, because I thought, a big handful of almonds, that's got to be, again, it's just a small, tiny container. Why does this matter clinically? So if we stop assuming that people are lying about the food that they're eating, and we can see that they're doing the right things, what should we be looking at? Instead of looking at what they're eating, because we know that's what they need, we can look at other things like sleep, stress hormones, medications, the environment. We can see what's happening. Calorie tracking is meant to be a tool to help us. It's not a morality test or a loyalty test. It's not something that's going to be like, that's it. Again, it's something to help us out. Let's talk about sleep for a minute. So a new molecule, so around 2025, there was a nice study, new and fascinating. A hormone called raptin was discovered, and it's a hormone made in the hypothalamus in the brain. And here's the key thing. During sleep, raptin suppresses our appetite. So what happens is when you sleep, Raptin rises. When you're awake, Raptin decreases. So you can already see where this is going. What Raptin does is, in general, is it suppresses appetite. It slows your gastric emptying. It keeps the stomach from emptying, so you feel fuller for longer. And all this together reduces nighttime hunger signals, so we don't feel hungry at night. We don't feel hungry in the morning. So in the studies that they looked at, people who had poor sleep had lower levels of this Raptin hormone and higher levels of obesity. So the next time you're tired and you're hungry, standing at the fridge, craving some kind of late night food, you're not weak. It's just willpower. Sorry. It's not weak willpower. It's biology reacting to your sleep deprivation. Okay? We all know you have the willpower. It's go get some sleep. I mean, let's ask, who here gets less than 7 hours of sleep a night? Whoever you are saying yes. Teach me. So let's bring it all together. Let's connect everything. We blame people for eating too much, and again, that is a cause for some stuff. But there is a subset of people who, we blame them for eating too much, when we find out really that everyone sort of underreports how much they're actually eating. We also know that sleep is affecting our hormones and our appetite hormones, and just counting all these calories and doing everything can make us a little bit just tired of counting calories, tired of dieting, tired of whatever. So if we kind of step back a little bit and go, weight loss isn't just eat less, move more. Instead, let's shift it to how we've been talking. It's eat better, sleep better, use tips and tricks that make things a little easier, and let's use medical tools appropriately, whether that's apps or medications, or just seeing your doctor to have a chat. These things are all things that are going to help you lose weight and feel great. And like we always say, the one thing that you should take away from this, if weight loss feels harder than it should, you're probably not fighting laziness. We're all motivated. You're probably fighting biology. So what you want to do is make sure that you've had a visit to your medical professional. Make sure that your hormones are good, your stress is under control, or you've got ways to deal with that, and all your other medical issues. At least have a plan or sorted, and even then maybe you can get a plan from your doctor or your dietitian, something to help you along so you're not going at it alone. I mean, we're here for you. Join the chat, ask some questions, which, speaking of, here we go. So does that mean calories don't matter? Calories matter. I mean, yes, from a physics standpoint, calories in and calories out, but we've debunked that mostly with, the calorie type in is what's important. So what you really want to focus on is, calories in are important, but controlling your hunger is what's going to matter more. Is Raptin available in a medication? Well, again, this article is from 2025, and that's when they found the hormone. So trials, stuff like that. So it's not a medication yet. It's a discovery, and it's also one of those big reasons to kind of just show why sleep is a non-negotiable in anyone's weight loss journey. If that makes sense. Should I track calories? Yes, you should. However, if it only helps you, if you find that it's too hard, or I feel shame because today I broke down, I went over my limit, then stop. Focus on the journey. Just try to do what's right. Try to re-correct. Every journey you can just restart one step. I think that's probably the biggest thing is whenever people are dieting and something goes wrong, or and that's I ate the whole pizza instead of half a pizza, like I was planning, or, I didn't go for that run, or I only, walked my whole walk. I didn't do any jogging. I didn't get 8 hours of sleep, 7 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep. It's shame. You feel shame. I failed. I feel like a failure. I just couldn't do it. And that's what you don't want, because that is going to derail your weight loss journey 100%. What you want to go is, look, everyone underreports calories. I'm human. The thing I have is the will to lose weight. I have people supporting me to lose weight. It's not getting knocked down. It's getting back up. And that's really what weight loss is getting up and just every day going at it again and again and again. And just every day, something small will eventually add up to something large. Okay? So take that away with you today is nobody is perfect. The study shows it. Just keep going and get sleep. Okay? Thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope to see you tomorrow for our Teletream live stream around 5 o'clock. Feel free to post some questions or anything in the video, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.